In its exploration of various themes in the realms of politics, human nature, and spirituality, Ronald D. Moore's reimagined Battlestar Galactica left behind a trail of unanswered questions that continue to fascinate fans long after the series has concluded. Perhaps its most haunting and persistent mystery pertains to the transformation and ultimate fate of the character of Kara Thrace, call sign Starbuck, portrayed by Katee Sackhoff. Recently, the actress addressed the questions surrounding her character and offered an answer to a long-debated topic. In this video, I'd like to talk about Katee Sackhoff's comments regarding the nature of Starbuck as seen in the final episodes of the series, and why this particular topic continues to hold such fascination among the fandom years after its series run concluded. Spoiler warning if you are unfamiliar with Ronald D. Moore's Battlestar Galactica series. The intrigue surrounding Kara Thrace builds throughout the course of the series, culminating in a story arc that leaves viewers equally awed and perplexed. In the Season 3 episode Maelstrom, Starbuck's Viper is destroyed and she's presumed dead. However, she resurfaces a couple months later, alive and unscathed in her Viper that is in pristine condition. Naturally, the crew are utterly baffled and suspect this to be a Cylon trap. Kara insists that she was only gone for a few hours and becomes increasingly desperate to convince them of her good intentions. The mystery surrounding her death and resurrection turns into a centerpiece of the story as Starbuck insists that she has been to Earth and can guide humanity there. The fourth and last season of the show primarily focuses on concluding the epic saga of Battlestar Galactica and the remnants of humanity's quest to find a new home. Starbuck becomes central to this endeavor. While she appears largely unchanged, she also exhibits characteristics that suggest she is not entirely the same person the crew once knew. Bizarrely, it is through an intuitive revelation involving Bob Dylan's song, famously covered by Jimi Hendrix, All Along the Watchtower, that Kara translates to coordinates which ultimately leads the crew to Earth. In the series finale, just as her comrades begin to acclimate to their new home, Kara mysteriously disappears into thin air. Although the show provides contextual hints that invite multiple interpretations of her fate, it never categorically resolves the mystery surrounding her. Consequently, the fandom has been embroiled in ongoing debates, pondering the circumstances of Starbuck's death and return and her exact nature. Recently, Katee Sackhoff threw some light on this fan-favorite enigma. Responding to a fan question on social media, Sackhoff definitively stated that Starbuck was a spirit brought to guide humanity to Earth and salvation. This explanation aligns with the most popular theory, suggesting that Kara Thrace is an angel or a celestial messenger. Sackhoff's revelation makes sense within the context of BSG's complex spiritual themes. It suggests that a higher power orchestrated Starbuck's return to fulfill the prophecy given to her by the Cylon base star hybrid that she is the harbinger of death. In the context of the series, Starbuck's role as the harbinger of death takes on a nuanced meaning. The death that Kara heralds isn't the end of life, but the end of an era, as she is the catalyst for humanity and the Cylon's transformation into a new hybrid species. By leading the survivors of the 12 colonies to Earth, where humans and humanoid Cylons will coexist, she orchestrates the rise of a new form of being, symbolized by the emergence of Cylon-human hybrids like Hera Agathon. The angelic Kara Thrace is the pivot point around which this enormous change revolves, making her the metaphorical harbinger of an evolutionary death. Kara's seeming fulfillment of the Cylon prophecy also raises the question of whether the long-standing cycle of conflict between humanity and machines, a recurring theme in the Battlestar Galactica universe, will finally come to an end. Sackhoff's interpretation gains credence when considering the presence of other angelic entities throughout the series, often referred to as messengers. The show features several such messengers who can only be seen by one or a few characters, like the versions of Six visible only to Gaius Baltar, and vice versa. These apparitions guide the characters in ways that align with the series' overarching themes of destiny and cosmic design. However, the primary difference is that Kara Thrace is visible to everyone, thereby solidifying the enormity of her role in humanity's future. It's important to note that series creator Ronald D. Moore has been open about his intention to leave elements like this ambiguous, thereby encouraging fan speculation and interpretive richness. In regards to the mystery of Starbuck, he said, quote, "Kara, I think, is whatever you want her to be. It's easy to put that label on her, angel or messenger of God or whatever. Kara Thrace died and was resurrected, and came back and took the people to their final end. That was her role, her destiny on the show. We debated back and forth in the writer's room for a while on giving it more definition and saying definitively, this is what she is. And we decided that the more you try to outline it and give voice to it and put a name on it, the less interesting it became. We just decided this was the most interesting way to go out with her disappearing without trying to name what she was." So with that in mind, while Katee Sackhoff's statement provides a form of closure that many fans were seeking, it is at the end of the day one interpretation of a deliberately multi-layered narrative. The show itself never confirms or denies her spiritual status explicitly, allowing for a variety of theories to coexist. There are several reasons why the Starbuck conundrum continues to captivate fans. First, many fans of science fiction appreciate not having everything spelled out for them. Lingering mysteries like this one allow viewers to engage with the story and characters on a deeper, more personal level. Second, the thematic richness of BSG lends itself to multiple interpretations. Elements of mythology, theology, and human psychology are so intricately woven into the story that many explanations can seem both plausible and incomplete. Additionally, what Sackhoff's comments also confirm is the series' presentation of a theological framework where the existence of a one true God is not a matter of belief, but instead its tangible reality within the show's story. For many, Sackhoff's recent response may provide an official answer given that she played the iconic character, but paradoxically, her answer also reignites the debate as to whether that's the last word, or rather if it's just one perspective among many. Fans are now left to ponder the weight of Katee's interpretation and whether it overrides or complements the showrunner's deliberately cultivated ambiguity. Wherever you fall on that question, whether you regard Kara Thrace as an angel, an alien, or something else entirely, the fact remains that her enigma is a central part of what makes Battlestar Galactica so enduringly compelling. But I'm curious to know what you think of the prevailing mystery surrounding the nature of the resurrected Kara Thrace. What do you think of Katee Sackhoff's recent comments regarding her character's fate? Do you agree with her assessment, or do you have your own theory? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe for more Battlestar Galactica and other sci-fi and fantasy news and lore. And if you're looking for other ways to show your appreciation, you can check out my Patreon page, where members get access to exclusive perks. Thank you all so much for your support. And as always, have a very nerdy day.